The private jet stood ready on the runway, its engines humming softly in the night. The pilot had already received clearance for takeoff. A team of security personnel was stationed around the aircraft, their eyes scanning the perimeter. At the foot of the jet's staircase, Donald Trump stood still, phone in hand, unreadable expression on his face. Inside the jet, his advisors waited impatiently. "Mr. Trump, we need to leave now." One of them called out, his voice edged with urgency. But Trump didn't move, because just seconds ago, he had received a phone call that changed everything. 1 hour earlier, Trump was in his penthouse overlooking Manhattan. He sat in his leather chair, watching the glowing city lights stretch for miles. The world believed they knew his next move. A business meeting overseas, a private deal that could shift global markets overnight. The media speculated, analysts predicted, his competitors prepared. But no one, not even his closest advisors, knew the real reason for this trip. Then, his phone buzzed. An untraceable number. Trump glanced at the screen, then answered. A low, firm voice spoke. "Mr. Trump, you cannot board that plane. If you do, everything changes." The line went dead before he could respond. Trump narrowed his eyes. He had faced threats before, political, financial, and personal. But this was different. The meeting he was scheduled to attend was with one of the most powerful business moguls in the world, a man whose influence stretched beyond just wealth, someone with the power to manipulate entire economies. This wasn't just another deal. This was something much, much bigger. His team arrived at the private airfield within the hour. Security was tighter than usual. The media had been kept in the dark about this flight. No reporters, no leaks. Yet someone still knew. Trump stepped out of his black SUV and walked toward the jet. His advisors moved fast, briefing him on last-minute details. "The deal is solid, Mr. Trump. Everything is in place. The market response will be immediate. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity." Trump listened, but said nothing. The warning replayed in his mind. If you board that plane, everything changes. The closer he got to the jet, the heavier the air felt. Then, his phone rang again. Same untraceable number. He answered. "This is your final warning. Walk away now." Silence. His heart pounded, but not from fear, from calculation. Whoever was behind this wasn't just guessing. They knew something. 10 minutes. That's how long he had before takeoff. Trump reached the staircase leading up to the jet. Halfway up, he stopped. For the first time in years, he hesitated. His mind worked fast. The caller knew too much about this trip. That meant one thing. This wasn't just business anymore. This was a setup. But why? The advisors inside the jet were waiting for him. The pilot checked his watch. The world expected Trump to be in the air within minutes. But instead of boarding, he turned around and made the call that changed everything. Within seconds, the truth unraveled. A sudden drop in the stock market, an anonymous insider tip, the biggest financial leak of the decade. The deal he was flying to was a trap. The business mogul he was meeting, under secret investigation. If Trump had stepped onto that jet, he would have walked straight into a global scandal. Instead, he outplayed the game. By the time the news broke, Trump was already back in his penthouse, watching the world react. Headlines exploded the next morning. Billionaire's secret meeting exposed. Massive financial scandal rocks global markets. Was Trump's last-minute cancellation more than just coincidence? Nobody knew the real story. No one knew how close he came to walking into the biggest trap of his career. But that's the thing about power. It's not about taking risks. It's about knowing when not to take them. Donald Trump has always played by his own rules. Some call it luck. Others call it calculated genius. But the real question is, would you have made the same decision? Let me know in the comments.